Good day. Welcome to Teacher Ariel TV. Matatag Curriculum, Math 4, Quarter 3, Week 7. Our topic for today is about subtract dissimilar fractions. Two proper fractions, two mixed numbers, a mixed number and a proper fraction, a whole number and a proper fraction, and a whole number and a mixed number. First, let's have a drill about subtracting similar fraction. 4/5 minus 2/5 equals 2/5. Next, 7/10 minus 3/10 equals 4/10. 7/8 minus 5/8. So the answer is 2/8 or 1/4. 1 minus 7/12. So the answer is 5/12. 1 minus 3/5. So the answer is 2/5. Our first topic is about subtract dissimilar fractions, two proper fractions. Let's solve this. 2/3 minus 1/4. When we subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. So we have here 3 and 4. So we can't subtract. The first thing we need to do is find a common denominator. And we can do that by finding the LCM, or the least common multiple. Let us find the LCM of 3. So the multiple of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12. The multiples of 4. We have here 4, 8, 12, and 16. Now, no need to go on if you find the LCM, because if you look, we have a LCM, or the least common multiple. So the least common multiple is 12. Now, 12 will be our common denominator, or LCD. We start with 2/3. So we are going to rename that fraction with an equivalent fraction with the same denominator of 12. First, we are going to divide the LCD 12 by denominator 3. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Then, multiply the answer by numerator 2. So, 4 times 2 equals 8. So, we have here 8/12. Another one. Divide 12 by denominator 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Then, multiply the answer by numerator 1. So, 3 times 1 equals 3. So, we have here 3/12. Now, the two fractions are already similar fractions. So we can subtract now. Subtract the numerators. We have here 8 minus 3 equals 5. Then copy the denominator 12. So our answer is 5/12. Another problem. 2/3 minus 1/6. When we subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. We have here 3 and 6. So we can subtract. The first thing we need to do is to find a common denominator. And we can do that by finding the less common multiple. Let us find the LCM of 3. So the multiples of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12. The multiples of 6, we have here 6, 12, 18. Now, no need to go on if you find the LCM. So the LCM is 12. 12 will be our common denominator. So we start with 2/3. So we are going to rename that fraction with an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 12. First, we are going to divide the LCD 12 by denominator 3. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Then multiply the answer by numerator 2. So 4 times 2 equals 8. Now we have here 8/12. Next fraction, divide 12 by the denominator of 6. So 12 divided by 6 equals 2. Then multiply the answer by numerator 1. So 2 times 1 equals 2. So we have here 2/12. So we can subtract now. Subtract the numerators. So 8 minus 2 equals 6. Then copy the denominator 12. So we have here 6/12. 6/12 can be reduced to lowest terms because 6 and 12 have common factor. Let us divide 6 and 12 by their GCF, or the greatest common factor, 6. So 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So the final answer is 1/2. Next topic, about subtract similar fractions, two mixed numbers. Let's answer this. 3 and 3/4 minus 2 and 1/5. First, we are going to subtract two fractions. When we subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. We have here 4 and 5. So we can't subtract. We need to find a common denominator. And we can do that by finding the less common multiple. So let us find the LCM of 4. We have here 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. The multiples of 5. We have here 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, no need to go on if you find the LCM. So the less common multiple is 20. 20 will be our common denominator, or LCD. First, we start with 3/4. We are going to rename the fraction with an equivalent fraction with the denominator 20. First, we are going to divide the LCD 20 by denominator 4. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Then multiply the answer by numerator 3. So 5 times 3 equals 15. So we have here 15/20. Next fraction, we are going to divide the LCD 20 by the denominator 5. So 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Then multiply the answer by numerator 1. So 4 times 1 equals 4. So we have here 4/20. Now, the two fractions are already similar fractions. So we can subtract now. Copy first the two whole numbers. We have here 3 and 2. So we have 3 and 15/20 minus 2 and 4/20. First, subtract the numerators. 15 minus 4 equals 11. Then copy the LCD 20. Now subtract the two whole numbers. We have 3 minus 2 equals 1. So our final answer is 1 and 11/28. Another problem. 4 and 5/6 minus 2 and 1/2. First, we are going to subtract two fractions. When we subtract fraction, we need a common denominator. We have here 6 and 2. So we can subtract. We need to find a common denominator, and we can do that by finding the less common multiple. So let us find the LCM of 6 and 2. The multiples of 6 is 6, 12, 18, and 24. The multiples of 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8. No need to go on if you find the LCM, because if you look, we have LCM. So the LCM is 6. 6 will be our common denominator, or LCD. We start with 5/6. We are going to rename that fraction with an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 6. First, we are going to divide the LCD 6 by denominator 6. So 6 divided by 6 equals 1. Then multiply the answer by numerator 5. So 1 times 5 equals 5. Now we have 5/6. Next fraction. We are going to divide the LCD 6 by denominator 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Then multiply the answer by numerator 1. So 3 times 1 equals 3. Now we have here 3/6. Now, the two fractions are already similar fraction, so we can subtract now. Copy the two whole numbers. So we have here 4 and 5/6 minus 2 and 3/6. First, subtract the numerators. We have here 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Then copy the LCD 6. Now, subtract the two whole numbers. We have 4 minus 2 equals 2. So we have here 2 and 2/6. 2/6 can be reduced to lowest terms because 2 and 6 have common factor. So let us divide 2 and 6 by their greatest common factor, 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Copy the whole number 2. So the final answer is 2 and 1/3. Next topic. Subtract dissimilar fractions, a mixed number, and a proper fraction. Let's solve this. 5 and 2/5 minus 2/7. First, we are going to subtract two fractions. When we subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. We have here 5 and 7. So we can subtract. We need to find a common denominator, and we can do that by finding the less common multiple. So let us find the LCM of 5 and 7. The multiples of 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. The multiples of 7, we have here 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Now, no need to go on if you find the LCM. So we have here 35. So 35 will be our LCD, or less common denominator. We start with 2/5. We are going to rename the fraction with an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 35. Now, we are going to divide the LCD 35 by denominator 5. So 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Then multiply the answer by numerator 2. So 7 times 2 equals 14. So we have here 14/35. Next fraction, we are going to divide the LCD 35 by denominator 7. So 35 divided by 7 equals 5. Then multiply the answer by numerator 2. So 5 times 2 equals 10. So we have here 10/35. We can subtract now because the two fractions are already the same. So we can subtract. Copy the whole number. First, we are going to subtract the numerators. 14 minus 10 equals 4. Then copy the denominator 35. And copy the whole number 5. So our final answer is 5 and 4/35. Another problem, we have here 11 and 2/3 minus 3/6. First, we are going to subtract two fractions. When we subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. We have here 3 and 6. So we can subtract. We need to find a common denominator. And we can do that by finding the LCM, or the least common multiple. So the multiples of 3, we have here 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. The multiples of 6, 12, 18. No need to go on if you find the LCM. So we have here 18. So 18 will be our LCD. We start with 2/3. We are going to rename that fraction with an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 18. Now we are going to divide the LCD 18 by the denominator 3. So 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Then multiply the answer by numerator 2. So 6 times 2 equals 12. Now we have here 12/18. Next fraction, we are going to divide the LCD 18 by denominator 6. So 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Then multiply the answer by numerator 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9. So we have here 9/18. We can subtract now because the two fractions are already the same. Copy the whole number 11. Subtract the numerators. We have 12 minus 9 equals 3. Then copy the denominator 18. And copy the whole number 11. So the answer is 11 and 3/18. 3/18 can be reduced to lowest term because 3/18 have common factor. Let us divide 3 and 18 by the greatest common factor 3. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Then copy the whole number 11. So the final answer is 11 and 1/6. Next topic, subtract dissimilar fractions, a whole number, and a proper fraction. Let's solve this. 7 minus 5/8. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to regroup or change our whole number to a mixed number. And the fractional part of that mixed number needs to equal to one whole, and we need to keep a common denominator. We have here 8. We have here 7, our whole number. We're going to regroup as 6. And then our fractional part needs to equal one whole. Now, a fraction equals one whole when numerator is the same as the denominator. In 5/8, we have denominator of 8. So let's use 6 and 8/8 because the denominator is 8. Now, it gives us a common denominator, so 6 and 8/8 equals to 7. Now, we can subtract the numerators. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Copy the denominator 8 and copy the whole number 6. So the final answer is 6 and 3/8. Another example, 9 minus 4/10. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to regroup or change our whole number to a mixed number, and the fractional part of that mixed number needs to equal to one whole that we need to keep a common denominator. We have here 10. We have 9, our whole number. We're going to regroup as 8, and then our fractional part of needs to equal one whole. Now, a fraction equals one whole when the numerator is the same as denominator. In 4/10, we have a denominator of 10. So let's use 8 and 10/10 because the denominator is 10. Now it gives us a common denominator, so 8 and 10/10 is equal to 9. Now we can subtract the numerator. 10 minus 4 equals 6. Copy the denominator 10 and copy the whole number 8. So we have here 8 and 6/10. 6/10 can be reduced to lowest term because 6 and 10 have a common factor. Let us divide 6 and 10 by their GCF 2. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3 and 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Then copy the whole number 8. So our final answer is 8 and 3/5. Next topic, subtract dissimilar fractions, a whole number, and a mixed number. Let's solve this. 9 minus 2 and 3/7. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to regroup or change our whole number to a mixed number, and the fractional part of that mixed number needs to equal to one whole, and we need to keep a common denominator 7. So we have here 9, our whole number. We're going to regroup as 8, and then our fractional part needs to equal one whole. Now, a fraction equals one whole when numerator is the same as the denominator. In 3/7, we have a denominator of 7. So let us use 8 and 7/7 because the denominator is 7. Now, it gives us a common denominator, so 8 and 7/7 equals 9. Now, we can subtract the numerators. We have 7 minus 3 equals 4. Then copy the denominator 7 and subtract the two whole numbers. We have here 8 minus 2 equals 6. So our final answer is 6 and 4/7. Another example, we have here 12 minus 3 and 3/9. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to regroup or change our whole number to a mixed number, and the fractional part of that mixed number needs to equal one whole, and we need to keep a common denominator 9. We have here 12, our whole number. We are going to regroup as 11, and then our fractional part needs to equal as one whole. Now, a fraction equals to 1 whole when the numerator is the same as denominator. In 3/9, we have a denominator of 9. So let us use 11 and 9/9 because the denominator is 9. Now, it gives us a common denominator. So 11 and 9/9 is equal to 12. Now, we can subtract the numerator. 9 minus 3 equals 6. Then copy the denominator 9. And subtract the two whole numbers. We have here 11 minus 3 equals 8. So the answer is 8 and 6/9. 6/9 can be reduced to lowest terms because 6 and 9 has common factor. Let us divide 6 and 9 by their GCF 3. So 6 divided by 3 equals 2 and 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And copy the whole number 8. Our final answer is 8 and 2/3. Quiz time. Let's answer this. Find the difference. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Start now. Time's up. The answer is 1/12. Another 5/6 minus 2/4. Time's up. The answer is 1/3. Next, 8 and 2/3 minus 4 and 3/5. Time's up. The answer is 4 and 1/15. Next, 8 and 5/10 minus 2 and 1/4. Time's up. The answer is 6 and 1/4. Next, 10 and 3/5 minus 1/8. Time's up. The answer is 10 and 19/40. Fifteen and 3/4 minus 7/10. Time's up. The answer is 15 and 1/20. 7 minus 4/5. Time's up. The answer is 6 and 1/5. Another 15 minus 8/10. Time's up. The answer is 14 and 1/5. Next, 16 minus 3 and 2/9. Times up, the answer is 12 and 7/9. 17 minus 8 and 4/12. Times up, the answer is 8 and 2/3. Let's answer this. Find the difference. Number 1, 2/3 minus 1/5. Number 2, 3/4 minus 2/8. Number 3, 3 and 1/2 minus 2 and 1/3. Number 4, 5 and 6/8 minus 2 and 4/16. Number 5, 5 and 2/5 minus 1/4. Number 6, 7 and 6/10 minus 2/4. Number 7, 10 minus 4/5. Number 8, 6 minus 10/12. Number 9, 22 minus 2 and 7/12. And number 10, 7 minus 2 and 6/8. I have here the answer K. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.